Do you ever catch yourself avoiding certain movements because your body doesn't respond like it used to? Maybe you've noticed it's getting harder to reach into overhead cabinets, stand up from low chairs, or maintain your balance on uneven sidewalks. For many women over 60, these everyday challenges can feel like frustrating reminders that our bodies are changing. But what if I told you that science has proven these changes don't have to limit your independence or quality of life? According to groundbreaking research published in the Journal of Gerontology, women over 60 who incorporate specific types of exercises into their weekly routine can regain up to 30% of lost muscle strength in just 12 weeks. That's right. The muscle loss that many doctors once considered an inevitable part of aging can actually be reversed. I've spent the past month interviewing Dr. Maria Chen, a leading exercise physiologist who specializes in women's health and aging at Stanford University. She's dedicated the last 15 years to studying how targeted exercises can slow and even reverse many age-related changes in women's bodies. What she shared with me was too valuable to keep to myself. Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 science-backed exercises that Dr. Chen recommends specifically for women over 60. These aren't random movements. They're carefully selected exercises that research shows can help you maintain independence, improve balance, strengthen bones, boost energy, and yes, even look and feel years younger. The truth is, many fitness programs completely miss the mark for older women because they don't address our unique needs. They either push exercises that are too intense and risky for our joints, or they're so cautious that they don't challenge us enough to see real benefits. Dr. Chen's approach is different. It's specifically designed for the changes happening in a woman's body after 60. For each exercise, I'll show you exactly how to do it safely, even if you haven't exercised in years. I'll explain the scientific reason why it works, and I'll give you options to make it easier or more challenging depending on where you're starting from. If you know another woman over 60 who struggles with energy, mobility, or strength, please share this video with her. These exercises could literally change her life, and they probably will change yours too. Because here's what I've learned from talking with hundreds of women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Your body will change with age, that's inevitable. But becoming weak, unsteady, and dependent on others, that's optional. These 6 exercises are your key to choosing strength, balance, and independence no matter what your age. Let's get started. Before we dive into the exercises, there's something important you should know. The latest research shows that consistency matters more than intensity when it comes to exercise benefits for women over 60. Dr. Chen explains that even 5 minutes of these exercises done regularly can start rebuilding muscle tissue and improving bone density. So don't worry about doing everything perfectly. Focus on making these movements part of your routine, even if you start with just 1 or 2 repetitions. Exercise number 1, chair squats, the foundation of independence. The first exercise Dr. Chen recommends is one that directly targets what many women over 60 say they fear losing most: the ability to get up from a chair or toilet without assistance. It's called the chair squat, and it's absolutely essential for maintaining independence. Many women don't realize that the ability to stand up from a seated position is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence, Dr. Chen explains. When we studied women in their 80s and 90s who still live independently, almost all of them could perform this movement without using their hands for support. The science behind this exercise is fascinating. Chair squats strengthen your quadriceps, front thigh muscles, hamstrings, back of thighs, and glutes, buttocks, the exact muscle groups that help you climb stairs, get in and out of cars, and rise from seated positions. Research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that women over 65 who did lower body strengthening exercises like chair squats improved their functional independence by 30% compared to those who remained sedentary. Here's how to do a chair squat safely. First, find a sturdy chair with armrests if you're just starting out. Sit toward the front edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Your knees should be directly above your ankles, creating a 90-degree angle. Place your hands lightly on the armrest for balance if needed. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lean slightly forward from your hips, keeping your back straight, and push through your heels to stand up. Imagine you're pressing the floor away from you. Once standing, squeeze your buttocks for a moment, then inhale as you slowly lower yourself back to just touching the chair. Try not to plop down. Control is key here. If you can, hover just above the seat for a second before standing again. This builds extra strength in those crucial muscles. If that feels too challenging at first, it's perfectly fine to use your hands more for support. As you get stronger, try using just your fingertips on the armrests, then eventually no hands at all. For those who find this easy, you can make it more challenging by holding the standing position for 3 to 5 seconds before sitting back down, or by holding light weights in your hands. A common mistake I see women make with chair squats is letting their knees collapse inward during the movement. This puts unnecessary strain on your knee joints. Instead, keep your knees tracking over your second toe throughout the movement. Another mistake is rushing through the exercise. Slow, controlled movements actually build more strength and protect your joints. Dr. Chen recommends starting with 5 repetitions twice daily, gradually building up to 15 repetitions. Studies show that even this simple exercise, when done regularly, can increase lower body strength by 25 to 30% in women over 60 within just 3 months. Margaret, one of Dr. Chen's patients, shared how chair squats changed her life. After practicing chair squats for 6 weeks, I could get up from any chair without using my arms. Last week, I got up from the floor by myself after my granddaughter convinced me to play blocks with her. I hadn't been able to do that in years. Now, while lower body strength is crucial, we can't forget about our upper body. Let's move on to the second exercise, which targets those muscles in a way that's safe for aging joints. Exercise number 2, wall push-ups, upper body strength without the strain. Many women over 60 avoid upper body strengthening exercises because traditional push-ups can strain wrists and shoulders. But Dr. Chen has the perfect solution. Wall push-ups, which she calls the most underrated exercise for women's upper body health. Wall push-ups specifically strengthen your chest muscles, shoulders, and triceps, the backs of your arms. Yes, those areas that tend to get a bit jiggly as we age. But what many women don't realize is that they also engage your core muscles, which support your spine and improve posture. In our research, we found that women who maintain upper body strength are 40% more likely to remain independent with daily activities like carrying groceries, lifting grandchildren, or pushing open heavy doors, Dr. Chen notes. But perhaps even more important for women over 60 is that upper body exercises help maintain bone density in the arms and spine, reducing fracture risk. Here's how to do wall push-ups correctly. Stand facing a wall about arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Your fingers should be pointing upward. Position your feet hip width apart and take a small step back. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag forward or arch your back. Inhale as you slowly bend your elbows, bringing your chest toward the wall while keeping your heels on the floor. Your elbows should move outward slightly, not straight back beside your body. Exhale as you press back to the starting position by straightening your arms. That's 1 repetition. The beauty of wall push-ups is how easily they can be modified. If you're just starting out or have less strength, stand closer to the wall. As you get stronger, take small steps back to increase the challenge. For an advanced version, try using a sturdy counter or the back of a sofa, which creates more of an angle and increases the resistance. One common mistake is rushing through the movement. Aim for a count of 3 seconds going down and 3 seconds pushing back. This controlled pace maximizes muscle engagement and reduces joint stress. Another mistake is holding your breath. Remember to breathe naturally throughout. Inhale as you lower yourself toward the wall. Exhale as you push away. Dr. Chen recommends 8 to 12 repetitions, working up to 2 to 3 sets with a brief rest between them. Surprisingly, research from the National Institutes of Health shows that wall push-ups can increase upper body strength by up to 24% in women over 60 within 8 weeks. Plus, they're convenient. You can do them anywhere there's a wall. I tell my patients to do wall push-ups while waiting for the kettle to boil or during commercial breaks on TV. Dr. Chen says, these small moments add up to significant strength gains over time. One of Dr. Chen's patients, 72-year-old Janet, shared, after doing wall push-ups for a month, I noticed my posture was better, and I could lift my suitcase into the overhead bin on a flight all by myself. My daughter was shocked. Now that we've addressed strength in your lower and upper body, it's time to focus on something equally critical for women over 60. Balance. Falls are a leading cause of injury for older women, but the right exercises can dramatically reduce your risk. Exercise number 3, Tai Chi single leg balance, your secret weapon against falls. Balance is like a muscle. Use it or lose it. And for women over 60, maintaining good balance isn't just about avoiding embarrassment, it can literally be life-saving. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in women over 65, Dr. Chen explains. But what many don't realize is that balance isn't something that just mysteriously disappears with age. It declines because we stop challenging it. The good news is that with the right exercises, balance can improve dramatically at any age. Dr. Chen's research team found that women who practiced balance exercises 3 times a week reduced their fall risk by a remarkable 47%. That's why the third essential exercise is the Tai Chi single leg balance, a simplified version of movements from this ancient practice that has been extensively studied for its benefits in older adults. Here's how to perform this exercise safely. Start by standing near a counter, sturdy chair, or wall that you can hold on to if needed. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart and your weight evenly distributed. Shift your weight to your right foot. Then with control, slowly lift your left foot just an inch or 2 off the ground. If possible, try to maintain your balance without holding onto your support, but keep it within reach. Hold this position for 10 seconds while breathing normally. Then slowly lower your foot and repeat on the other side. The key is not how high you lift your foot, but maintaining stability with minimal swaying. Dr. Chen emphasizes that this isn't about perfection. Some wobbling is completely normal and actually helps your body learn to balance better. For beginners, it's perfectly fine to keep fingertips lightly touching your support throughout the exercise. As your balance improves, challenge yourself by lifting your foot a bit higher or trying brief moments without holding on. For advanced practice, try extending your raised leg forward slightly, or for an even greater challenge, close your eyes while balancing, only if you have support within immediate reach. A common mistake is rushing into more advanced variations before mastering the basics. Another error is holding your breath during the balance. This actually makes balancing harder. Keep breathing normally throughout. Dr. Chen recommends practicing this exercise daily, starting with 10 seconds on each leg and gradually building up to 30 seconds. For best results, try doing it multiple times throughout the day, perhaps every time you wash your hands or while brushing your teeth. The single leg balance might seem simple, says Dr. Chen, but neurologically, it's retraining vital connections between your brain, inner ear, and the proprioceptors in your feet and ankles, connections that often weaken as we age but are essential for preventing falls. Claire, age 68, one of Dr. Chen's research participants, shared her experience. I was skeptical that something so simple could make a difference, but after practicing the single leg balance for 6 weeks, I noticed I no longer had to hold the railing when going downstairs. Last week, I caught my toe on a sidewalk crack that would have sent me tumbling before, but I recovered my balance instantly. It was like my body just knew what to do. This balance exercise is excellent on its own, but Dr. Chen's research shows it becomes even more effective when combined with specific walking patterns. That brings us to our fourth exercise, which trains your body for real-world movement challenges. Exercise number 4, heel-to-toe walking. Train your brain and body for stability. Walking seems simple, but as we age, our walking patterns often change in ways that increase fall risk. We take shorter steps, our feet might shuffle more, and we can lose coordination between our upper and lower body. Dr. Chen's fourth essential exercise, heel-to-toe walking, directly addresses these changes. What makes heel-to-toe walking so valuable is that it combines balance training with actual movement, explains Dr. Chen. Static balance exercises are important, but research shows that adding dynamic balance training reduces fall risk even further, by up to 58% when done regularly. This exercise not only strengthens your legs and ankles, but also improves coordination between your brain and body. A study from the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who practiced this type of walking showed significant improvements in both balance confidence and walking speed after just 6 weeks. Here's how to do it safely. Find a clear pathway in your home, about 10 to 15 feet long. You might want to do this exercise near a wall or countertop that you can reach for if needed. Stand tall with your arms relaxed at your sides. Focus your gaze on a fixed point ahead of you, not down at your feet. Imagine you're walking on a straight line. Place your right heel directly in front of the toes of your left foot, so they're touching or almost touching. Your feet should form a straight line as if you're walking on a tightrope. Shift your weight forward onto your right foot, then bring your left foot forward, placing its heel directly in front of the toes of your right foot. Continue this heel-to-toe pattern for 10 steps, then carefully turn around and return. The key to this exercise is taking your time. Move slowly and with control rather than rushing. If you find it too challenging at first, try keeping a small gap between your heel and toe rather than having them touch. You can gradually close this gap as your balance improves. For beginners, it's perfectly fine to keep one hand hovering near a wall or furniture for security. As you gain confidence, try doing the exercise without a nearby support, or challenge yourself by carrying a light object in your hands while walking. A common mistake is looking down at your feet. While this might seem natural, it actually disrupts your balance. Instead, keep your gaze fixed ahead, which trains your brain to use peripheral vision for stability, a crucial skill for navigating real-world environments safely. Another mistake is tensing your shoulders or holding your breath. Keep your upper body relaxed and breathe normally throughout the exercise. Dr. Chen recommends practicing heel-to-toe walking for about 5 minutes daily. This might not seem like much, she says, but research shows even brief practice creates new neural pathways that improve your balance and coordination during all your daily activities. One of Dr. Chen's patients, Elizabeth, age 75, shared, "After doing the heel-to-toe walking for a month, I noticed I was much steadier in crowded spaces like the grocery store. Last week, my neighbor's dog ran between my legs unexpectedly and I stayed upright. Before, that would have definitely knocked me down." While these walking patterns improve your stability during forward movement, our next exercise focuses on your core, the central support system for your entire body. Exercise number 5, Modified Bird Dog, core strength for back health and posture. Many women over 60 experience back pain or find their posture changing, with shoulders rounding forward and a more pronounced curve in the upper back. These changes aren't just about appearance. They can restrict breathing, cause pain, and even compress internal organs. That's why Dr. Chen identifies core strengthening as essential for healthy aging. The core muscles are like your body's natural corset, Dr. Chen explains. They support your spine, help maintain good posture, and enable you to move safely in all directions. Unfortunately, these muscles often weaken with age, especially after menopause when hormonal changes affect muscle maintenance. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that targeted core exercises can reduce back pain by up to 30% in older adults and significantly improve posture within 8 to 12 weeks. One of the most effective and safest core exercises for women over 60 is the Modified Bird Dog. What makes the Modified Bird Dog so perfect for older women is that it strengthens the deep core muscles while keeping the spine in a safe, neutral position, says Dr. Chen. Many traditional abdominal exercises like crunches actually put harmful pressure on aging spines, but the Bird Dog builds strength without that risk. Here's how to perform the Modified Bird Dog safely. Begin on your hands and knees on a comfortable mat or carpeted surface. Your hands should be directly beneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your back flat like a table, not arched or sagging. First, stabilize your core by gently pulling your belly button toward your spine without changing your breathing or moving your back. While maintaining this core engagement, slowly extend your right arm forward until it's at shoulder height, parallel to the floor. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds while breathing normally. Then return to the starting position. Next, extend your left arm forward in the same way, hold, and return. Once you're comfortable with the arm movements, try extending your right leg straight back while keeping your hips level, not tilting to one side. Hold, then return and repeat with the left leg. For those new to this exercise, Dr. Chen recommends mastering the arm and leg movements separately before trying to combine them. When you're ready for more challenge, you can simultaneously extend your right arm and left leg, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, return to the starting position, and then extend your left arm and right leg. If getting down on hands and knees is difficult for you, there's a standing version that can be done using a counter or sturdy chair for support. Stand arm's length from your support, place both hands on it, then alternately extend each leg backward while keeping your back straight and core engaged. A common mistake is arching the lower back during leg extensions. Keep your back flat and your abdominal muscles engaged throughout the movement. Another error is rushing through the exercise. Slow, controlled movements create more muscle activation and better results. Dr. Chen suggests starting with 5 repetitions on each side, gradually working up to 10 to 12 repetitions. For best results, practice this exercise 3 to 4 times per week. In our research, women who regularly performed core strengthening exercises like the bird dog reported 45% less back pain after 3 months, notes Dr. Chen. But the benefits went beyond pain relief. They also gained an average of half an inch in height due to improved posture. Patricia, 67, one of Dr. Chen's patients, shared her experience. After doing the bird dog exercise for about 2 months, my daughter commented that I looked taller. When I checked, I had actually regained almost an inch of height that I thought I'd lost permanently to aging. Even better, the nagging lower back pain I'd had for years is completely gone. With our core now strengthened, it's time to address another crucial aspect of physical health for women over 60, flexibility and range of motion. Exercise number 6, seated overhead stretch, breathe easier and reach higher. As we age, flexibility often declines, sometimes so gradually that we don't notice until we suddenly can't reach something on a high shelf, or find it difficult to look over our shoulder while driving. For women over 60, maintaining flexibility isn't just about comfort, it directly impacts independence and safety. Flexibility exercises are often overlooked in favor of strength and balance training, Dr. Chen explains, but research shows that good range of motion in the shoulders and upper back is critical for everything from proper breathing to safe driving and fall prevention. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that women over 60 who performed regular upper body stretching improved their shoulder mobility by 15 to 20% and reported improved breathing capacity within just 6 weeks. This is why Dr. Chen's final essential exercise is the seated overhead stretch. This stretch specifically targets the muscles in the chest, shoulders, and upper back that tend to tighten with age, Dr. Chen says. When these muscles remain flexible, your posture improves, breathing becomes easier, and you maintain the ability to reach overhead, a movement essential for many daily tasks. Here's how to perform the seated overhead stretch correctly. Begin seated in a sturdy chair with a supportive back. Sit toward the front edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Start with your arms at your sides, then inhale deeply as you slowly raise both arms out to the sides and up overhead. If possible, bring your palms together above your head. If your shoulders are tight, you can keep your arms slightly bent or wider apart. As you raise your arms, focus on sitting tall, lifting through your chest and avoiding arching your lower back. Hold the raised position while taking 2 to 3 deep breaths, feeling the stretch across your chest, shoulders, and under your arms. Exhale as you slowly lower your arms back down to your sides, maintaining good posture. For beginners, if reaching overhead is uncomfortable, only raise your arms to a height that feels good, perhaps shoulder height. As your flexibility improves, you can gradually work toward bringing your arms fully overhead. For those who find this easy, you can enhance the stretch by adding a gentle side bend once your arms are overhead. Keeping both arms extended, lean slightly to the right for 2 to 3 breaths, return to center, then lean to the left. A common mistake is hunching the shoulders up toward the ears when raising the arms. Instead, keep your shoulders relaxed and down throughout the movement. Another error is holding your breath during the stretch. Continued breathing helps the muscles relax and extend. Dr. Chen recommends performing this stretch 3 to 5 times, holding each repetition for 2 to 3 deep breaths. For best results, do this exercise at least once daily. What makes this stretch particularly valuable for women over 60 is that it combines flexibility work with deep breathing, explains Dr. Chen. Research shows that the combination improves oxygen uptake by up to 20%, which can increase energy levels and mental clarity. The benefits extend beyond physical function. Elaine, age 71, who participated in Dr. Chen's research, shared, "After doing the overhead stretch daily for about a month, I noticed I was sleeping better and had more energy during the day. Last week, I was able to paint my guest room ceiling without any shoulder pain, something I couldn't have imagined doing before." Now that we've explored all 6 essential exercises, let's talk about how to combine them into an effective routine that fits into your life. Putting it all together, your anti-aging exercise routine. You've now learned all 6 essential exercises that research shows can help women over 60 regain strength, improve balance, maintain flexibility, and literally turn back the clock on physical aging. But how do you fit them into your life in a way that's sustainable? Dr. Chen emphasizes that consistency matters more than perfection. In our studies, women who did shorter sessions more frequently had better outcomes than those who did longer, more intense workouts just once or twice a week, she explains. Here's her recommended approach for combining these exercises into a realistic routine. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes daily. Research shows that even this small commitment can produce noticeable improvements in strength, balance, and mobility within 3 to 4 weeks. Begin by focusing on proper form rather than repetitions. It's better to do 3 to 5 perfect chair squats than 15 with poor alignment. Aim to include all 6 exercises at least 3 times per week, but don't feel you need to do everything every day. Dr. Chen suggests this simple schedule: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, chair squats, wall push-ups, and bird dog, strength focus. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, single leg balance, heel-to-toe walking, and overhead stretch, balance and flexibility focus. Sunday, your choice or rest day. As you get stronger and more comfortable with the exercises, gradually increase from 5 to 10 minutes to 15 to 20 minutes per session. Research shows that 20 minutes of targeted exercise 3 to 5 times weekly is the sweet spot for women over 60, providing maximum benefits without causing excessive fatigue or joint stress. The real key to success is connecting these exercises to existing habits. Dr. Chen advises, do chair squats while waiting for your morning coffee to brew. Practice heel-to-toe walking after brushing your teeth. These habit pairings make consistency much easier. When it comes to progression, Dr. Chen recommends following the 10% rule. Increase duration or intensity by no more than 10% each week. This allows your body to adapt safely without raising injury risk. Pay attention to how your body responds. Some muscle fatigue is normal, but pain is not. If an exercise causes joint pain during or after the movement, try modifying it or check with a healthcare provider to ensure it's right for you. What surprised us in our research was how quickly women noticed improvements, says Dr. Chen. Within the first 2 weeks, most participants reported having more energy throughout the day. By week 4, they noticed improved balance and easier movement during daily activities. And by week 8, many had measurable increases in strength and range of motion. Barbara, age 65, who followed Dr. Chen's program, shared, I started with just 3 minutes each morning. After a month, I realized I wasn't getting winded climbing the stairs to my bedroom anymore. Now, 6 months in, I'm doing things I hadn't done in years, gardening without back pain, playing actively with my grandkids, and I even went dancing last weekend. Dr. Chen emphasizes that it's never too late to start. Her oldest research participant was 92 years old and had never exercised regularly before. Within 3 months, she improved her functional strength enough to reduce her need for a walker to just occasional support with a cane. Now, let's address some common questions that women over 60 often have about starting a new exercise routine. Dr. Chen has heard them all, and her answers might surprise you. Expert Q&A, your anti-aging exercise questions answered. One of the most common concerns Dr. Chen hears is, isn't it dangerous to start exercising at my age if I haven't been active for years? This is a myth that needs to be dispelled, Dr. Chen responds firmly. Multiple studies show that carefully selected progressive exercises like the ones we've discussed today are not only safe for beginners over 60, they're actually less risky than remaining sedentary. The real danger comes from inactivity, which accelerates muscle loss, bone weakening, and balance problems. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine confirms that adults of any age can safely begin an exercise program as long as they start gradually and choose appropriate activities. The exercises in today's program are specifically designed to be safe entry points, even for women who haven't exercised in decades. Another frequent question is, what if I have arthritis, osteoporosis, or other health conditions? Having a chronic condition doesn't mean you can't exercise. It means you need to exercise even more, Dr. Chen explains. For example, women with osteoporosis particularly benefit from the weight-bearing aspects of chair squats and wall push-ups, which stimulate bone reinforcement. And contrary to old myths, research now shows that appropriate exercise actually reduces arthritis pain rather than worsening it. A systematic review in the Journal of Aging Research found that participants with knee arthritis who performed regular gentle strength training reported 40% less pain after 6 weeks, compared to those who remained inactive. Of course, Dr. Chen emphasizes that women with specific health concerns should consult their healthcare provider before beginning any exercise program. But don't be surprised if your doctor enthusiastically supports your plan to try these exercises, she adds. The medical community now widely recognizes exercise as one of the most effective medications for many age-related conditions. Many women also ask, how long before I see results? This varies by individual, but in our research, most women notice 3 types of changes, Dr. Chen says. First come the energy improvements. Usually within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll find you have more vitality throughout the day and sleep better at night. Next, around weeks 4 to 6, you'll notice functional improvements. Everyday movements become easier, and you may catch yourself naturally standing straighter or walking more confidently. Finally, around weeks 8 to 12, you'll see measurable strength gains, like being able to get up from low chairs more easily or carry heavier items. Dr. Chen points out that some of the most important benefits aren't immediately visible. Within weeks of starting regular exercise, your blood pressure may improve, inflammation markers decrease, and your body becomes more efficient at regulating blood sugar, all critical factors in long-term health for women over 60. Another common question is, what if I miss several days or even weeks due to illness or travel? Don't fall into the all-or-nothing trap, Dr. Chen advises. Research shows that even if you need to take a break, you'll retain some of the benefits you've gained and you'll regain your previous level much faster when you restart. The important thing is to begin again as soon as you're able, perhaps at a slightly reduced level for the first week back. A study in the Journal of Rehabilitation Medicine found that older adults who had to stop exercising due to illness were able to regain their previous strength levels within 2 to 3 weeks of resuming activity compared to the 8 to 10 weeks it took to build that strength initially. Finally, many women ask, beyond physical benefits, will exercise really help me look younger too? Absolutely, Dr. Chen confirms. The physical changes from regular exercise, improved posture, more aligned gait, and greater ease of movement, dramatically affect how others perceive your age. In our research, photographs of participants before and after 12 weeks of regular exercise were shown to independent evaluators who consistently estimated the after photos to be 5 to 7 years younger than the before images, even though only 3 months had passed. But the benefits go beyond appearance. What many women tell me they value most is not looking younger, but feeling younger, Dr. Chen adds. Having the energy to fully participate in life instead of watching from the sidelines, that's the real anti-aging miracle of appropriate exercise. Now let's look at what you can realistically expect when you incorporate these 6 exercises into your life. Real-world benefits, what to expect when you start. Dr. Chen's research has identified specific measurable improvements that women over 60 typically experience when following this program consistently. Within 4 weeks, improved energy levels throughout the day, better sleep quality with fewer nighttime awakenings, reduced stiffness in the morning, improved mood, and reduced anxiety levels. Within 8 weeks, increased lower body strength, typically 15 to 20%, better balance with reduced fear of falling, improved posture while sitting and standing, easier time with daily activities like carrying groceries. Within 12 weeks, significant strength gains, 25 to 30% on average. Measurable improvements in walking speed and stability. Increased flexibility and range of motion. Reduced joint pain during movement, lower resting heart rate and blood pressure for many participants. The research also shows some surprising benefits that many women don't expect. For example, a study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that women over 60 who participated in regular strength and balance exercises reported a 40% improvement in digestive function, likely due to increased core strength and better overall circulation. Another unexpected benefit many participants report is improved cognitive function. The connection between physical exercise and brain health is powerful, explains Dr. Chen. When we followed women in our exercise programs for 1 year, they showed significantly better memory retention and executive function compared to sedentary women of the same age. This brain benefit has been confirmed by multiple studies, including research from the University of British Columbia, which found that regular exercise increases the size of the hippocampus, the brain area involved in verbal memory and learning. Perhaps most importantly, the women in Dr. Chen's research reported feeling more confident and capable in all areas of life after following the exercise program. They didn't just gain physical strength, they gained self-assurance, Dr. Chen notes. Many told us they started trying new activities they would have avoided before, from traveling solo to taking dance classes to volunteering in their communities. One participant, Diane, age 74, summed it up perfectly. I thought I was exercising to prevent problems, but what I gained was a whole new sense of possibility. I'm not just maintaining my health, I'm expanding my life. We've covered a lot today. 6 essential exercises that research proves can help women over 60 regain strength, improve balance, enhance flexibility, and literally turn back the clock on physical aging. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Chair squats strengthen the muscles needed for maintaining independence with daily activities, like rising from seated positions and climbing stairs. Wall push-ups build upper body strength without putting stress on aging joints, improving your ability to lift, carry, and reach. Tai Chi single leg balance exercises dramatically reduce your fall risk by retraining crucial connections between your brain and body. Heel to toe walking improves coordination and dynamic balance, making you steadier while moving through your environment. The modified bird dog strengthens your core without stressing your spine, improving posture and reducing back pain. The seated overhead stretch maintains flexibility in your shoulders and upper back, keeping you reaching, breathing, and moving with ease. As Dr. Chen loves to remind her patients, your chronological age is just a number. Your functional age, how well your body performs, is largely up to you. The research is clear. It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, flexibility, and overall function. Women in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond have proven this time and again, surprising themselves and their families with how much vitality they can reclaim through appropriate, consistent exercise. If you found this information valuable, please share it with other women who might benefit. The gift of strength and independence might be the most important one you can give. And remember, starting small is not just okay, it's optimal. Even 5 minutes a day can begin transforming your health and capability. The most important step is the first one. I'd love to hear about your experience with these exercises. Comment below to share which exercise you're going to try first, or any questions you might have. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to your strength, your independence, and the vibrant years ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video.